Welcome back, fellow armchair generals. This is Gamer 1745 with my Ptolemaic dynasty playthrough of Imperator Rome. I almost had to remind myself, basically I sort of did that. Hey, I gotta record this, not just get in here and play. Now that doesn't mean it's a perfect game. Doesn't mean that it's gonna be for everybody. So I do hope you watch with interest to see if it is the type of thing you want to play. I guess to a point. Oh, I don't know. So far the AI seems to be good, and the Paradox does do good AI at this kind of level. I'm just so used to Hearts of Iron AI, which you just sort of get to laugh at. But or cry or whatever because of how nutty it is. Looking in here. You can look here and see what our monetary needs. We have army maintenance, fleet maintenance, fort maintenance, and wages. So basically every fortification is 1 gold piece, and we have to keep that in mind before we just spam out them. If we were to put one here, because of their sort of zone of control, that would help that, I think. Because this one would have, so they couldn't get through this province or this province without taking one of the forts. Okay, so now we have Civic Advances, bonus effects, national commerce income plus 2.5%, and monthly wages for characters down 1%. So obviously that's, just a trifling little amount down, but 1% is good. But it also means that we unlock another set. You have a choice of 3 of what, I don't know why it picks those, but it picks 3 of the most likely. I'm gonna wait just a few days because we're gonna get a chance to pick 2 pretty soon, or whatever. So Logistics Bureau, capital import routes, that's barbarians. There we go. Down here. Okay. You get to come down here. Battle them. Yes. They've taken the province. Now they're going after the one with the fortification. They are bigger than my army. Okay, religious advances. Yeah, come into here. Well, now they're not so big. Attrition. So we now have Fug In Rome, slaves which escaped and had been caught were branded with the letters FUG for fugitive, leaving a lasting impression on themselves and all of those who see them. Grand temples, omen duration, and grain rations, which will help population growth. That will be really nice, but we're going to wait just a few moments. You can now, you see that's no effect. You can now hover over this to see the effect of the different civic advances. I know many of you probably have watched other YouTubers, and some of are, you know, okay, let's see, one's leather, okay, yeah, we'll do that. Okay, oh, yeah, we are victorious, very good. And now martial advances, our morale of our armies is improved, Navy maintenance cost up 2% for Navy and armies, and military tradition costs down, so it makes them cheaper to get the traditions. Okay, you can march back here, defeat them, and they'll be done with. So now we have, well, we're almost, let's wait for the oratory advances before we start picking. Somebody's battling our enemies, rivals. Barbarians defeated, very good. And come back up to greener pastures instead of have attrition losses. And envoy from the Hellenistic city-state Imperator is requesting to import gemstones from the province of Sinai. We are not currently exporting those. By doing so, we will gain 2.5% in country civilization level. Yeah, we'll do that. We want, well, everything, territorial-wise. But I'm not worried about somebody else taking it, because we can have wars with smaller powers as well as wars with big powers, so that's not it. Now, how do I put this? My normal goals in playing a game like this is not to win. It's to play the game. I enjoy building the empire, and it's also not min-max. I guess they don't have the temperament of Alexander to push, but so I want to build and develop my empire. So peacetime is important. It just may not be as satisfactory to viewers. I don't know. Okay, the Council of Memnonia have sent an envoy proclaiming that the harvest, trade, and taxation all have produced a huge surplus here. In a splendid show of national spirit, they have decided to offer the additional income to the state. Perhaps we should let them spend the money for their own uses, however. Okay, get 20. 20's nice. Or marketplace. Well, let's... right, this one? No, Memnonia. That one. Okay, way down in here. Ah, right there. Okay, partially covered up with the city. Small. Marketplace won't have a huge impact, but 20 gold won't so much easier, and maybe the market will help develop things. So let's go with that. Okay. I have also noticed that the bigger your treasury gets, it seems that more events happen, like, oh, you got to pay off some money to hush up a scandal or other things. So if you stock up a lot of money, it seems to give you events that cost it. I don't have scientific findings on that, but that's just the appearance I have so far with this. So, let's look down here, Memphis. Ooh, that one doesn't have any, and that's pretty big. And you don't have any either, so let's, yeah, spend to generate more money faster. So we're going to try to do what we can to develop our inventory. Okay, oratory advances. Okay, now we have this aggressive expansion impact negative 5%, monthly tyranny down. We are not very tyrannical. Equal integration. Establishing the rights of conquered people is an important first step to integration. Okay. Research points. Pythagorean mathematics, yes. Advanced wall construction, civil and tech investment. Siege ability, these are all good, but very, very good. Actually, supply limit really cuts down on attrition losses. Siege ability, that's great. And heavy infantry discipline, that's great. But we're not at war right now, so I'm an infrastructural first person by nature, but also sort of like might as well get the research points faster now to get things done, other things done quicker if we don't need it. So if we're not going to go to war, now we may be attacked at any moment. Obviously we do have situations with barbarians that will keep popping up, but so if we're not doing that, I would rather primary cultural happiness, which would be the Macedonians, national population growth, good to get that going. I think we're going to do the Pythagorean mathematics, Pythagoras. Still a foundation of a lot of our mathematics. Okay, so we're going to do that. And then, well, let's reopen it because I didn't know if there's going to be a because if, like, I think if I were to pick one of these, the training, or the one that gives 5% better experience for new troops would automatically pop up, would become under that. One's become available. Civil tech investment, that is, but I really would like to open up another trade route, so we'll do that within our capital. So now we have unused capital trade routes. Now, trade will increase our money and our income, but it also increases other effects. I wish I could move these around them. That would be a nice addition, to be able to move these so they're not overlapping, because I could then see what is here. So these are what we have in excess in the capital. We also have these in the capital here, but I guess they're not considered in excess. Cloth, local taxes, surplus in each oratory tech, surplus in capital, that would be good. Do we have any cloth here? No. So that would be good. So we're going to do that. And we're going to bring it in from the eastern delta. Now let's also look. We probably no longer need wood coming in because we have wood up here. No, if we look. Trade goods. Wood. So we can build, up here, we can build triremes where I come over to here, and I don't think we will be able to. No, we can't. Okay, maybe it's just because it's in the province. As we come over to here, we can't build triremes even though it's a port. So it just wood needs to be in the province, as opposed to the city. So the province of Cyprus has wood, so we can build triremes there. So we don't need to build triremes down here. So, well, let's cancel that. Okay, so now maybe we have to wait for that to take effect. Why aren't we able to? Oh, we lack the civic power. Okay. So we need 26. So I shouldn't have canceled that until I had 26 more. Okay, that'll happen fairly soon though. So you can see where everything is being developed. C24. I really like sort of Rome 2s, at least, because I'm more familiar with that than some of the other Total War series. Trade, where you set up an ongoing trade route between regions. It can be within your empire versus as well as external to the empire. I would like that, and so it would be trade between provinces and any of what's made in the different cities, and it would just sort of naturally develop as to what was available. And a little less specific, just generally speaking, have trade going on without, like, oh, trading for X for money or something like that. Okay, so can't get elephants because need at least one more positive than negative reasons to accept. We currently have that. Lots of negatives. Don't know why, because they're sort of, I thought, friendly with us. Let's see here. Diplomatic reputation, giving them access. Goods for use. Opinion negative. Strategic trade good. We'll lose capital bonus. Okay. Yeah, that I understand. City distance. Okay. Ptolemaic of Hunt. That is down here. Okay, we talked a little. Okay, so there's elephants. Maybe we need to come after these guys. They don't have much of a relation with anybody. I really don't know much about these guys. Maybe I should look that up. Ptolemaic. I don't know. They're Kemetic culture, Ptolemaic. We want access to elephants because we want war elephants, but that isn't for now. So let's look back at trade routes. Okay, so again, I want to be able to see what's here and compare it when I We have base metal, precious metals, iron. Base metals. Cohort recruitment speed. High cavalry offense. Those are capitals when exporting. Papyrus. Ooh. We don't have papyrus here in our capital, so let's see about bringing that in, because I like civic tech investment and research point investment. And because we do have it, let's bring it from Memphis. Sounds like a good plan. Okay, there we go. A tale of two cities. The very nature of autonomous city-states often leads to disagreements between neighboring authorities. In this case, the scenic coastal city of Pacnemsus ended up in a disagreement with its neighbor Diopolis Mikra, over a minor land dispute. They have asked we have been asked to arbitrate over the matter at hand, but it's clear that both settlements harbor a grudge regardless of our decision. So basically, we're going to piss somebody off. Okay, so what we have to do is said coastal. So let's there's one, and the other is here. Okay. So, local tax, unrest, basically the same result, just which city gets the good and which city gets the negative. Now, how do we judge this? There can be multiple ways of doing it. Obviously, we could look at culture and religion if we want to favor one or the others, but they're both the same. So my reason to side with one of the other, well, this does have a port. That would be useful. But I'm going to look at the bigger populated city area as the one we're going to favor. So since there's no good outcome, we might as well favor the most strategically important one. Okay. Remember, well, I secured both of these because they're the port cities here. And I have a zone of control of basically one province. Yeah. I think I'm going to build a fortification in there to sort of keep, I mean, they could still be, this would give zone, this fort would give zone of control to Prodalia, and this one to Xanthros. That would keep invasions from coming from there. Holding here would also keep from Isinda? Isinda? Is Isinda? I don't know. So that would protect invasions from there. And so this sort of secures the heartland somewhat here. Not that they can't, big enough army can't sort of move through some of this, but it'll take a fairly big army. And there right now, Lydia is trying to become, or being conquered, and they're fighting each other, and they're all in wars. So that's good for us. They're less likely to bother us as we build, though they're building a fortification there. Which I'm thinking we may need to build one here eventually. So I'm trying not to put one in every province by any means. And these are sort of, because we saw what happened down here. I mean, they did to take our fort. That's because all of our army at the time was way over here. But we have this fort here, which blocks them from coming through here without taking this. And we have the backup fort there that was local donation build. How are we doing down here? Okay, we have this one. We're building this one. Defend us from the barbarians a little better. So while they're in chaos and disarray, we are building ourselves up and organizing ourselves. Okay, let's look for other large provinces that don't yet have, 4 or more that don't yet have a market. Okay, there we go. I just want economic activity as much as possible. We'll put some granaries down here to help with population growth soon. I'm still not sure why there are trade routes in some provinces and not in others. Like, it seems to be sort of random. Why? I understand in the capital, why here and not say here. I don't know. And how I could influence that. There may be some primer on it, but I don't yet have that. Like building enough markets in an area or something. Now here, if we were to build a granary, it will help population growth. Okay, shoring up defenses. The Denzians of the shining city of Zeos, I don't know, have been feuding with their neighbors in Asius. As a result, an impressive fortified wall is being erected in Zenos, quite outdoing the efforts of their rival. As they say, conflict drives innovation. Okay, so they gain a fortress without us doing this. And I like this in the game, that not everything is a zero-sum element within the game, meaning I don't have to spend the money to build this fortress. I hope this also continues with, like, it has with the ability for granaries to show up and markets to show up and things like that. So we'll do that. We'll take the fort. Now, of course, we have to pay for the maintenance of the fort. Okay, where is that city? I didn't look. I am pretty sure we can tear it down if we have to. If it's inconvenient, getting too expensive or something. No, I'm not seeing a new fortification. I guess we can look for it. That was X. There. Ah, okay, there. Somehow we just missed it. Okay. Fairly big area. And we will reward you with a marketplace. Just want to keep tabs on that positive balance. Make sure that that is positive. The March of Time. Dementia. Oh, well. As you may have watched earlier, I've removed his other diseases. Because he has a little less than 10 years historically, so we're gonna... He's going to be the next one, 19 years old, so he's old enough. So we're going to arrange a marriage with Arsinoe, his sister. Well, I don't know why she now has dysentery, so we will select that marriage, but we are going to click on her. We're going to seek treatment. That's what you can do with some of the diseases, so and maybe we should look after some of the other family members now. Okay, he, who could we marry her off to? Philosoph. Let's see. Oh! This... Let me... Hang on, guys. Just a second, Yeah. Yes. Now here, this is Millennius Langrid. He is, and for some reason it doesn't have Ptolemy as his sibling, but this is Ptolemy's half-brother. I say that because he is Langus's son. He is Ptolemy's younger brother, very much in time, born after the marriage to be actually Langus's son. So, we, who was for a while governor in Cyprus, and then once the sort of cult of Alexander was set up and the temple built and all in Alexandria, he becomes, I think, the first and for a while primary head of the priesthood for that. So we're going to marry. Now, she married off to, Alexandrid. Who is this? Member of the Alexandrid family. Macedonian. Carrying. Culture, but okay, now he's a major. He's one of us. I think she married into this family. The sort of Cassandra group, anthropoids, but I don't know that we can. Don't know if there's an easier way to navigate through all of this. Doesn't seem like there's a lot of chances, and I don't know if it just hasn't been done, to marry foreign leaders. So we're going to marry her off to him. What's his age? Age 38. It seems awfully young to be his. I don't know. That's maybe I don't think I'm mistaken on who that's at least supposed to be. So we're gonna do that. He's depressed. Well, maybe getting married will undepress him. So we do need to do family maintenance. Okay, well. Civic Tech investment. Well, we're not planning on being aggressive just yet. We are planning on being aggressive. This isn't a, you know, population growth, grain rations. Yeah, we'll do that first. And I still think we want more money to develop things. Research points, that's really good. Population growth, that's very good as well. Discipline, that's alright. I mean, all these are all benefits, but taxes, of course, are what we sort of need. You know, we can get a bit more than 90% more. And keep our treasury from getting overly full. Let's see what we can spend it on. But do note we are spending these on things that will at least mostly grow our, at least currently our tax base. We'll throw in another marketplace area, capital. Wanting to spread it around a little bit so it's not just dependent upon one city. We can see the deltas where a lot of our population is in it. Egypt had a massive population. Oh, we don't even have one there, okay. Yeah. Okay, yeah. Dug a little deep into our treasury, but which would affect things like if we needed to hire a bunch of mercenaries or something right away. And this expense here doesn't tallies doesn't cover, you know, building new things. But doing all of those will help us afford our fortifications, I hope. Okay, a feast for Heron. He's one of our major governors. The residents of are holding a celebration in honor of their much loved governor Heron, the Wolf of Zenoid. I don't know. Renowned for his benefits, tolerance, and common sense. Okay. Celebration, popularity. No, he doesn't deserve it. Okay. Now you can get somebody who becomes a rival if they become overly developed, but we will do this. We can see our scored families, but so far we're pretty well situated. Yeah, we're gonna I don't feel like ending this. What I'm gonna do here is save this. And then I'm gonna go over to here. You're not seeing this, but I'm going to load, and you may think this is cheating, and in a way it is, I will admit that, but I'm going to load the save. Find Ptolemy here. I'm going to delete the trait dementia from this thing. That's all I'm doing. Yes, a little bit of a and then we're going to load game. Load the one I just saved after I did that. And now we should be able to click here, see Ptolemy, and he doesn't have dementia anymore. Once he hits, 84 or something, and he gets a disease, I'm going to let it happen. But he is the founder. That is part of the reason for, I think, Ptolemy being one of the great successes. I keep reading the Antigonids here. Their sort of reason I think they failed was as much geographical as anything else. You know, they had the Seleucids, the Ptolemies, the Olympic Games. Good, just a second here. The Cassandra, the Antiphapids, sorry, and the comedians, and there was another family that was all pushing on them. Okay. Yeah, we're gonna send the young guy. He has the most chances of winning. So we're growing our manpower, but slowly, because we've been focusing on finances. A bunch of marketplaces just popped up. Very good. Lofty ambitions. Okay. Alcetas and his dreams of high office are fairly well known in Egypt, but recently he has been lobbying more urgently for his suitability and deservedness. Okay. Just give him the job. We could do this. He already has 99% loyalty, but since Ptolemy has talent of persuasion, we can push him off. He'll lose a little prominence. What job is this? Someone with peerless finesse. Okay. He has 2 finesse. He has 9 finesse. What is... wish there was a... There probably is, I just don't know. What is current... What's his current job? Yeah, we're going to, Granary, blah, 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 blah. We want to we want to look at government here. That is this job, which, finesse is the main element of it. So yes, you can see military leadership abilities, oratory and religious. We want that, so we want to give him up. He isn't suitable for the job. So not only would we be pissing off somebody that is suitable, or just somebody who we want to keep loyal. Still don't have a comfortable margin of troops. Not for an extended war. better luck next time. Okay. Now, before we trigger off, okay, over here, because we want to hold this wood. That is important to us. I want to build a granary here, so that will help us with population growth, slave happiness. So we'll do that. Doing it in a secure city. They already have their one building that they can have. They have their one building. Now they could have two. So, I think we'll do another granary here. Hopefully that will help secure the region. Oh, they just went to peace with somebody. But obviously they're still very much at war with people. Barbarians, go to location down here. Okay. We now have our forts. You can march down that way. Yes, okay. Oh, is there two barbarian incursions? Okay, they've got that province. Oh. Okay, he's really, gout now. What does gout do to you? Gout. Oh, martial, finesse, and health down. 80 years old. Well, we'll see. It isn't as bad as dementia. See, now they're unable to just plunge deeper into our territory without first taking this province. They can get to here, but they can't get deeper. So eventually, I guess these are strong enough to besiege and take that, but we have time enough to come down there and deal with them. Collapse. Okay, although Hermias Sosachild is responsible for the oversight of civic works, and it has become abundantly clear that his appointment was a terrible mistake all around the country. Shabby, hideous edifices are being raised at alarming speed. Sadly, his latest masterpiece collapsed, killing a number of civil officials. We should decide how to handle this carefully. Okay. Pay off the families of the victims. He loses a lot of popularity, currently has nearly none. Okay, loses loyalty, gains wound, have him flogged. Okay. Now, we want to come here. Treatment successful. Arsenue has received treatment for her ailment for some time now. Okay, so she is losing dysentery as well as that. Okay, pause. Well, these guys are all fairly good. Okay. Oh, we want to... That's who we were looking at. Okay. Let's see about changing the governor here. Somebody with a lot more. Talents, and that looks like him. So we'll give him the governorship. Uh-oh, we have barbarians here now. Oh, they came out of this desert. Okay. Oh, we want to get to them fast. Okay, yeah. They can come down that way. They won't be able to get past Babylon. That has a fortress, but we prefer them not to take Memphis, reducing its population. Well, mentioning population, let's do grain rations. Okay, looks like we are going to have a nice battle here. Ptolemaic being victorious. Hopefully we can just defeat them and not have to re-besiege all of our territory to get that back. Actually, maybe just come to there. A little quicker response time for barbarians. Oh, and we won down here as well. And they're retreating up to there, so let's truly take them out. And we can, well, let's, and they're victorious. And we want to bring him back up here where he can not have attrition. Now we want to increase some of our population areas. Well, Siwa here. So let's do a granary down here. And Memphis, maybe? They're big, but they could get bigger, I guess. Now let's go with here. And we can also go with Memphis. He's a lunatic? Oh. Oh, I'm gonna have to edit this. Unnoticeable. Who's Ptolemy anyways? I'm gonna have to edit this. Loving, okay. Devout, okay. Not that it has to be positive. I knew he had the unnoticeable, but after reading about him, he seems to be actually maybe a better administrator than his father. Definitely not a lunatic. He has more charisma and zeal, but the stark raving bonkers. Okay, well, I'm going to edit this right now. Well, no, I guess I'll edit it in between episodes. It's not that I want to cheat on everything, or they've got to be the best, whatever. But I'm looking at the people in historical things, and I get the idea of, hey, this is cool, random, let's, have interesting sort of traits. Yeah, lunatic. Oh, people. That just doesn't seem to be the right thing. It doesn't seem to fit the personalities, especially when you know a fair amount of some of these personalities. But anybody in the elites to go with, oh, a lunatic, whatever that means in this context. You know, and if they're looking at it, do they mean like, of the sort of Roman emperors, at least the ones that I know of, the only one that I know that was really a lunatic was Caligula. Gaius is actually his name, but Caligula, it just means little boots, the nickname he got. Wearing little soldier's caligae while he was soldier's boots when he was a child, little child versions of those. He was a lunatic. Nero wasn't a lunatic. He, well, obviously he was anti-Christian, so we see a lot of, don't know why they're starving still down here, but, so he gets a lot of bad press for that, of course. And he definitely took advantage of the fires that happened. I do not believe that he set them or had them set to build his palace in parts of the burnt out city of Rome. That was a very grand palace. But Nero was not a lunatic, though of course he was a failed ruler. But so the only one that I really know of was Caligula. And yeah, there can be others, and it can happen, and maybe some of the later Ptolemies might come to that, but I don't really think so, to the level of being a lunatic. So, well, thanks for watching. Thanks for liking the videos. Please post questions, comments, suggestions, tips, and of course subscribe. See you next time for more historical gaming.